So I cannot believe I haven't made a review of this knife, which was my favorite knife, and I carried only this knife for the past 2 years maybe in my pocket. Why? I will tell you why, but first, let me say this is ZT Zero Tolerance 0707. So ZT 0707 with TPM 20 CV steel. So I don't know about the steel. I recently sharpened it. It's extremely sharp, but it's a very good knife. Why? Because it's very light. It's very slim, and you cannot feel it in your pocket at all. Also, a very deep pocket clip, which is not noticeable at all. So this knife for me, also one reason that nobody else probably is having is this is a very thin blade, very thin point, with which I can clean my teeth. That's how I do it sometimes. But whatever. So amazing knife, almost full size. So compared to Spyderco Paramilitary 32, of course, let's compare it. It's the same size. It's not smaller than Paramilitary 2, but as a whole, as a profile and everything, it's much slimmer and thinner and lighter and everything. This knife, of course, it's pretty expensive. Right now it's about probably $300, I'm not sure. The original, that is. And how can you manage to distinguish the original from the copy? This is the original, this is the Chinese copy. And the Chinese copy is pretty well made. You can buy it, you can, work with it. It's a very nice flipper, the Chinese one. The original is not that good of a flipper. I mean, it's a nice flipper, relatively nice flipper. It's flipping pretty nice, but not as good as the Chinese copy. Why? Because it has two detent balls. As you can see, one detent ball is here in the frame lock. The other one is on the other side. So these two detent balls, I don't know why. I have another ZT knife that has also two detent balls, but this is the main thing about this knife. I probably should tighten the pivot because it looks like it's not exactly centered. Let's see the Chinese copy. The Chinese copy is exactly centered. Our knife here, the original, is not exactly centered. So I'm starting to think that the Chinese knives are better quality than the originals these days. But of course, the steel, most likely this steel is better than the Chinese copy. Hopefully, because the Chinese copy I think was less than $100. This one is I think around 300 right now. So I hope the Chinese copy is not that good, because otherwise it will be a shame, a pretty much shame. But this is the original 0707 from Zero Tolerance. As I said, this knife was in my pocket for the last 2 years at least. I was carrying it everywhere, I was opening packages with it, and since I don't put my knives to a big load, I don't do any hardcore stuff, it's in perfect condition. Just opened a couple of boxes, like 100 or more boxes probably, and only the clips show signs of a little bit of wear and tear. Nothing else. Everything else is looking very nice. Very nice. But yeah, you see the carbon fiber is nice and everything, and it's amazingly light knife for the size of it, for the length of it. Of course, the size definitely is not the problem here, the length of it. It's even longer than the Tag It Out. It's longer than the Tag It Out because, the Paramilitary is longer than the Tag It Out, and this one also is. It's not longer. Let's say it's the same size almost as the Tag It Out. But it's a pretty damn good knife. And I probably will continue to carry this knife, although now I'm with another one. Now I carry this knife mostly, which is the Tucson. Let's see, TS357 Magnum. No, this is the TS357, and this is from Max Tkachuk Design. I just love the design of this knife. I love how big the knife looks. You compare it to this one, it looks pretty huge, although it's the same size, exactly the same length, but it looks bigger, and it's also very light. It's kind of the same. It's unbelievable, yes, but it's the same, almost the same lightness, because the titanium is, I think, completely milled out, so it's we cannot see it quite much, but I have a video about this knife. It's very nice. It's amazing when you touch some things, but I have a video about this knife. I don't need to explain it now. The pocket clip is moving like this, which is unique for this knife, but it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool knife, and I'm carrying this one right now. I'm pretty happy, but this one was in my pocket for so long. I mean, 2 years is a pretty long time for carrying just one knife, since you have more than 200 knives at home and more knives are coming and going and whatever. No, I don't sell my knives, but more knives are coming, but still I'm carrying this one. This one is just always in my pocket. You can carry it with shorts, you can carry it with jeans, you can carry it with whatever, and you will never feel it's there. It's so light and so indistinguishable. So I hope I don't make you buy this knife, because it's pretty expensive. And probably you don't need this knife, except if you like to clean your teeth with a knife, which most people don't, so probably you don't need it. But I'm just saying that this is a very good knife in my opinion. For my use, this is probably the best knife. The problem with Max's design is that it's pretty huge here, and it's difficult to clean your teeth with this huge point of this knife, but it's so beautiful. I'm just wow. Okay, bye for now and see you in the next video.